before the moment where Chris kind of has this feeling of maybe college is a thing for it, did you both just kind of know church, leading in church, that is what you guys were about, that's what you wanted to do?
We just wanted to build the church. We just wanted to serve. I think Chris's background is a little bit different than mine. Obviously, he was on drugs and drug addict, so God saved him from all that. So all he wanted to do was to serve him and serve the church. And then I felt like, that's all I wanted to do. I wanted to, whatever that looked like, I didn't even know what that was going to look like. But I said, Lord, here I am.
Right.
Use me. Whatever you want to do, I'm here. I'm yours,
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to be careful what you pray.
Right.
So we that's all we wanted to do. We didn't know that we wanted to be pastors. We wanted, we just wanted to build the church.
Yeah.
That was our dream.
Right. In that process of Chris doing college, that is a heavy formation time for anyone who's doing college.
Yeah.
But you're kind of doing it kind of not at a distance, but sort of on the side of it as he's in class. You're doing life and all this stuff. What was that formation period like for you? It must have carried over in some way.
Yeah. Look, the first few years was a little bit hard because I actually thought that, oh my gosh, he's doing everything and I'm just at home. That was my perspective on things, and I was thinking, oh gosh, I'm gonna miss out. I thought he's in college, he's serving, he's doing all this, and I'm just at home looking after the kids. That was my thinking. But then slowly, God was showing me that at that season of my life was what I was called to do, to release him to do what he needed to do, and also to be at home with my kids and do what I could do in that season. So I was looking at it differently, and then I started thinking, okay, I'm going to do what I can at the moment and be present for my kids, but also try to do, build the church and just do what I can. It's just a season. I saw it as just a season. I'm going to do what I can. And then later on when I can do more, I will do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was my journey in the first few years.
So what did doing what you can look like for you during that time then?
Yeah, it was, like serving once a week, and I remember this so much. I wanted to serve in events. I remember that clearly. And I was paying someone to look after my kids so that I could serve in church. It's like, that's all I wanted to do. I'm like, I don't care if I have to pay someone, And I was actually helping someone else. But I remember doing that, paying someone so that they can look after the kids while I was serving. I wanted to do night college.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I can't do full-time college, why not night college? And so while I was in night college, Chris would look after the kids. And I did that for 4 years.
For 4 years? 4
years, I did night college every year.
That was your normal?
Yeah.
Is you did that for 4 years?
Yeah.
So fast forward a little bit. Yeah. Now you guys are asked to look after a location.
Yes.
Right, Maryland's location here in Australia.
Yes.
And that was a surprise. That was, you saw it coming. What was that?
Yeah, look, we actually, when we started coming to church, we thought, okay, we don't have to worry about the Latinos, the Spanish speaking anymore,
Right.
It's all English now.
Yeah, it's all English.
And then
Con los gringos, you're there.
Yeah. Never thought, I don't know, never thought that we would be doing what we were doing today.
Right.
But we got the call from Pastor Brian saying, would you guys be interested in helping with the Marylands? We were like, yeah, whatever Brian would ask, we would always say yes.
Yeah.
It was interesting because we thought, okay, no more Spanish,
And then you went, and Maryland's is quite Latino.
Yeah.
In its
back
demographic.
In those days. Yeah.
And so you kind of were right back into it. Did you approach it differently?
No, I don't think we did. No. We always gave our best. Like, we always thought, okay, whatever area we were given.
Sure.
It's like there's something that's been given to us. Let's just give it our 100%.
Yeah.
So we've always thought that way.
And then you did that for how many years?
We did that for probably 7 years.
Right.
7-8 years, just before we moved.
Just before you moved.
To Argentina. So.
In that time, was there ever thought about what comes after Maryland?
Yeah, so I think that opened up something in us, and God kind of put that dream of, you know, reaching the continent, reaching the Spanish-speaking world. I think we saw it differently then, you know, and that's where it all began. You know, the translating of the songs, the you know, representing who we are in the Spanish community was actually something that God birthed in us while we were in Maryland.
While you were in Maryland.
Yeah.
So that started. Now, did you guys ever think that, oh, this is what it's going to look like now?
No.
Yeah, no.
No. We just thought, yeah, this is the local church. This is what we're going to do, you know, and we wanted to reach a continent, but we just didn't know how that was going to look like.
Right.
Yeah.
And then at what point did you feel like maybe God was giving you little, maybe carrots as to what that could look like?
Yeah, I think it was, Chris says it really well, because it was a conversation between him and Pastor Brian where, you know, he got to travel with him to South America, and, you know, that dream just came alive, and, you know, just them two talking, and then he came home and he's like, you know, Pastor Brian was talking about this, and one day, you know, we could move to South America. So that kind of started something in us, yeah.
And what was the gap between that awakening of that dream to when it actually happened?
Oh, it took 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
From that conversation?
Well, no, sorry, not 10 years. It was, well, from when we first started Maryland's to now, it's 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years, something like that.
And then what about from that conversation? From him coming back and being so excited?
It took a few years.
Still a few years, though.
Yeah, it wasn't something that happened straight away.
That took time.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be now. Okay, no worries. The kids are small. Let's go now. But no, it took a long time.
What do you think that season was for? Looking back at it now, that season between.
I think if we went there on our timing, as in like, okay, that's it, let's go. I don't think we were ready for it, and I don't think we would be experiencing what we're experiencing today in South America if we moved when we wanted to.
Right.
But I think when it's a God timing and it's God's timing, then when it's the right time, God just does what He can only do, you know.
Right.
And so it was something that we thought, okay, it's not our timing, but it's God's timing.
And so now you're in South America.
Yeah.
You started in Buenos Aires, and then you slowly started.
11 months later, we started in Sao Paulo.
At Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
And that's 2 different countries.
Yes.
2 different languages. Tell me a little bit about that. Do you know Portuguese now?
No, well, I'm trying to learn. To speak.
Yeah.
I do understand a lot, but we don't speak.
So when you started in Buenos Aires.
Yes.
How did you guys start? How did you actually start?
Yeah, that's a good question. Chris was going in and out all the time, and just getting together with people, one-on-one, people that were interested in being part of our church. So we started in an apartment, and we would get together. Like, it started with like 10 people, then it got to 15, 20, then it got to 50. We're like, okay, we can't fit anybody else in here.
Right.
But we just started like that, and just giving, you know, vision and teaching them the culture of our church and who we are as a church. And that's how we started, with information nights and DNA nights.
Yeah, right. So the distance between starting there and then starting Sunday services where everyone
took a few months.
A few months.
Yeah,
that's different than what some of the stories you hear, because, you know, we hear what we see is, oh, they opened their doors first day and thousands of people, and that's how you guys started.
No.
But you didn't start like that.
We didn't start like that, no.
No, you started one-on-one.
One-on-one, yeah, exactly.
Has that changed?
With the other churches that we...
Yeah, as in, with some of the other ones that you started now?
No, we've done the same thing all the time. First, you know, information nights, people that, you know, want to be, the people that want to be part of it, we just got them together and just taught leadership and vision. That's how we started.
That's awesome.